are 11 kinks that you don't see in everyday romance novels. Can you guess them? Let's see. I'll start with a descriptive teaser at the beginning of each while you type out your answers in the comment section below this video. And then I'll reveal each answer. Are you ready? Imagine you are on a first date and everything is going great. You are really feeling this guy. He's tall, yay, and very sexy. The chemistry is great, so quite naturally the conversation gets personal, and your man slides a deflated red balloon across the table. His action startles you, so you send him a questioning look. And then he simply says, "Babe, can you blow this up for me?" Is he for real? Well, most likely your date is a looner, and he has a balloon fetish. This is a person who is physically aroused by the look, shape, and feel of balloons. Your guy, he might be into popping them or rubbing his hands against their inflated surface. Either way, you have a decision to make. Do you blow up the balloon or call it quits? If you choose to go back to the online dating pool, your next match might be into something far worse. But you are a Philadelphia native and therefore optimistic. Date number 2. This man is not quite as attractive as the first guy, but being average looking is not a crime. Mark has straight white teeth and a winning personality, so you swipe right. Mark sends an Uber driver to pick you up and deliver you to the city zoo. You frown when getting out of the car, but Mark is very happy to see you, and he smells really nice, so you go along with the flow. Mark is a real gentleman, polite and friendly. He is also a natural comedian. You have never laughed so much on a first date. When Mark impulsively takes your hand, you smile and look down at your locked fingers. As you do so, you notice a tattoo on his wrist. It says Hugh Cow, and you immediately recognize the words human cow. Your heart stops. This man has a breeding kink. A breeding kink is just what it sounds like. Your guy is a stud, a bull, and he wants to breed with you. This kink can include pretending to get you pregnant or simply ejaculating inside of you. Whoa, this is not what you signed up for. What should you do? Can you handle this kink of foreplay? Or is it time to look for another date? The choice is yours. If dating a man with a balloon fetish is a bit much, then this breeding thing is definitely out. But how can you know that the next man won't be into culturophilia, aka clown fetish? This is a person who is physically attracted to clowns, mimes, and jesters. A clown fetish is when you are drawn to or interested in dressing up like a clown during intimate or kinky foreplay. The appeal here is likely rooted in the childlike nature of clowns, the silliness of clown characters, and the bright outfits and makeup they wear. I remember in the 1970s, when I was a kid, streaking was a popular pastime. The television news covered quite a few stories of naked men interrupting sports games by dashing across grassy fields without a stitch of clothes on. I can still imagine a tall man wearing only sweat socks and a long knitted scarf. These streakers make me think of the next kink, exhibitionism. This is when a person experiences physical excitement from the idea of being naked or observing others engage in intimate acts. Let's pause for a moment. Have any of these kinks shocked you? Do any of them have just the right excitement for your next romance novel? In the name of research, would you be inclined to try out one or two of these kinks? To boost your credibility as an authority on the subject. I have enjoyed discovering the unusual kinks. Some have definitely been an eye-opener. I have truly been surprised by one in particular. If you stay with me until the end of this video, I will reveal it to you. Let's see if you are also truly shocked. Plus, I have a bonus kink to add to our list. Now, back to the story. By now, you are weary of online dating. You are done with kinks and fetishes, so you have agreed to go on a blind date that your cousin has arranged. You know from checking out Jordan's Instagram page that he is very athletic. He is a health buff and his body shows it. As you look closely at the women he features on his page, you notice something strange. These women have one thing in common. They are all hairy. They don't shave their underarms or their legs. Is Jordan into a natural nature girl fetish? Is he into hirsute? By this time, you are probably thinking every man in the world has some kind of fetish or kink. As a result of this, you pull out your phone and Google search the most popular kinks, and guess what comes up? Mummy kink. Whoa! This is a person who likes being wrapped in bed sheets or latex material. Claustrophilia? Oh. This is a physical attraction to close confinement and tight places. These individuals enjoy the cocoon-like feeling of being restrained. Fear can also heighten the erotic experience. Housewifing? Housewifing is a kink that married couples enjoy. The husband takes pride in lending out his hot wife to another man. The wife can also derive pleasure from this arrangement. Pantyhose fetish? Not to be confused with foot fetish, which is usually appreciated by men. During foreplay, don't be surprised if your man puts on a pair of stockings and high heels, because what is done in the bedroom stays in the bedroom. By now, you are familiar with most of the kinks and fetishes out there, so you feel confident about jumping back on the dating apps. Nothing is going to take you by surprise, right? Well, you find out quickly that is not the case when you read Cabron's profile. This 28-year-old law student is into messy, sloppy, wet intercourse, which may involve lots of shaving cream action or sitting in a giant vat of Jell-O. Splashing is a kink that doesn't always lead to physical consummation, but it can be lots of fun. Unfortunately for Cabron, you don't like getting your hair messy. Therefore, you quickly swipe left and continue the search. However, during your trip down kink lane, you have discovered a few things about yourself. Although you haven't tried it, you are very curious about nismolania. The idea of being tickled by a sexy alpha male is very appealing. The sensual, intimate touching mixed with lots of laughter and giggles is your idea of great foreplay. With that thought in mind, you quickly edit your dating profile to include tickling fetish and wax play. After all, why not be upfront about the things that turn you on? Hot liquid wax running down your arm is definitely a way to heat up your love life. But be careful. Some kinks and fetishes do come with trigger and warning labels. This time, you match with Travis the engineer. He's cute and he is also into shibari, but this doesn't scare you off. The Japanese form of erotic foreplay is quite appealing to you. After watching the erotic thriller that involved rope bondage, you are curious about the kink. Travis is extremely sexy, and without hesitation, you accept his dinner date, and the two of you become a couple. The end. Wow. Now that was an adventure. I have never heard of the tickling kink or the breeding kink. If I'm being completely honest, Most of the kinks and fetishes I read about surprised me. I think writing some of these kinks can be fun and very entertaining. What do you think? Which fetish appeals to your writing style? Do you have a favorite? Have any of these fetishes shocked you? Please let me know in the comment section below. As I promised, for those of you who have stayed to the end of this video, here is my bonus kink. Are you ready? It's a dangerous kink that comes with many warnings. This one truly shocked me. I had no idea. It's blood play, which refers to the act of using blood during intercourse. A person may get aroused by the scent, sight, taste, or feel of blood. This type of play is incredibly risky, with the potential to result in serious injury or death. I repeat, this is a dangerous kink, but I think it could make for an interesting read in a paranormal romance. What do you think? I wasn't going to include this in the video, but if I had to pick a favorite kink out of all the ones that I have read about and the ones that I haven't mentioned in this particular video or segment, I would have to pick the balloon kink. That just seems so fun and playful with all the beautiful colors, and I just think it would be very exciting and spontaneous and enjoyable. So let me know which kink you would experiment with. I hope that you have enjoyed this video. And if that is the case, please check out my next video on how to write an erotic romance.